All right, well, even though the White House reaffirmed the president's commitment to not raise taxes on the middle class, some Republican members of the House Ways and Means Committee say the president and Congress have maybe already broken their word, supporting programs that would impact those making even under $250,000 a year. Here now with more is Congressman Peter Roskam. Congressman, welcome. It's Brian and Dagan. Thank you for joining us. Listen, obviously, Tim Geithner and Larry Summers on the weekend talk show circuit sort of stepped into hornets' nests by not denying that there could be some sort of a tax increase straight up. Your argument is, hey, even if it doesn't come on the federal side, we're getting hit everywhere.
Well, look, the pretense, I think, is over. I mean, Secretary Geithner and Larry Summers in the White House, you got to give them credit for at least full disclosure. But here's the point. The national energy tax that Speaker Pelosi jammed through in the cap and trade bill would have an adverse impact about $3,100 a year in increased taxes on an average family of four. Or the health care bill that went through the Ways and Means Committee would have had an adverse impact beginning in 2013 on folks making as little as $18,700 a year in a tax if you don't have the right health insurance program. So I think this veneer of making a claim that people earning less than $250,000 a year are not going to be impacted, I think is completely off. And I think the American public is onto it, which is one of the reasons why some of these Democrats are finding such harshness when they come back into their districts.
And there's also been a lot of criticism. We hear this a lot because I think it sounds politically palatable, right? Which is that, Gibbs has said it, the president, we're going back to the Reagan years, or we're just going back to the tax levels we had under Bill Clinton. That may be true on the top line, 35 to 39.6. But state income taxes were lower. You've got all these other taxes that didn't exist then, correct? So even when they said the federal level may go to 39.6, other taxes and maybe decreases in charitable donations, increase in capital gains taxes, whatever it is, are going to get us.
Right. Yeah, I mean, creating this impression that people are undertaxed and that the only remedy is to go back to the middle class and ask them to be more sacrificial, I think the public has had it. I mean, the argument that the deficits now for the first time are getting a lot of attention and the only place to fix that is by going back to the middle class, I think is really making folks just absolutely weary. So, yeah, I think ultimately... Go ahead.
No, Congressman, the real danger that some people who come on our program see, talking about Dan Clifton, he's an analyst at Strategic Research, he's like, with these budget deficits, you're staring in the face of a value-added tax in this country if we're not careful, if the spending cannot be fixed.
Well, as one journalist noted earlier today, that if you're going to create a European-style healthcare system, you can look to a European-style tax system to support that. And I think that that's what the American public is reacting so strongly against in these weeks during this August congressional recess.
All right, Peter Roskam, Congressman, we do appreciate your time today. Listen, thank you so much, and you're welcome back anytime on Fox Business.
Thank you.
All right, take care.